A year ago I set about restoring an old Harmony 420 tube amp, and I found that the speaker, although it still worked, had a torn cone around the outer circumference. I checked a few videos of people fixing the speakers, so I thought let's give it a try. Fortunately, the result's been outstanding. So I hope this can give anybody confidence who's going to try this. I also replaced the Tolex and the speaker cloth, so you can see that in other videos. Right now, here's what I did with the speaker. Damage here. If you've ever done any welding, you might be familiar with the concept of tack welding. You fasten certain sections and then you weld between. So I'm going to do that same thing. So I'm going to try to pull these parts together and use some CA glue, the kind of super glue, crazy glue, and use an activator. Once I've got this kind of back in the shape that it's supposed to be in, I'll go back over it with some wood glue, some diluted wood glue, and some fine toilet paper. That wasn't enough. Darn it. Let's try this again. Okay, let's do a bigger area like that. Time to soak in. Maybe the best way is just to leave it. I don't have anything that I can spread this out with. Maybe I should do that. Try to spread this. Actually, it's already, looks like it's already activated. Okay. So far, so good. So this one is lifted, and I should be able to just put a blob on there. Yes, it's all around. Yeah, hold it together. I can see right through there. Hold it together like this. So now for this next real piece of innovation here, I'm going to show you a really incredible trick here. What I want to do is I want to be able to have that fit the profile of this speaker. Just lay this out along the edge, and what we can do is we'll just start to tear this. Hold it down with your finger, and this is, I'm claiming this as the Chamley method. All right. Okay, so this is a Chamley method of fixing torn speakers. Now, if you take a look at that, that is, it's going to fit. I mean, there's a few edges like this, and then what we can do is do the same thing again. Just make that maybe 3/4 of an inch, something like that. Let's see how that works. And then we just go ahead and just tear along this edge. And I don't mind mentioning the brand. This is Scott's toilet paper. But you could do this also with some other toilet paper. Just make sure you have a single leaf of it. So that's not bad. I mean, I could pick at that, take these little pieces off. There's a little brush here that came with this. This is it's called Nuve Col. It could be any wood glue. This is a little bit light. I'm going to mix it with some water, and I'm just going to paste these papers over here. Let's see. I'm going to put some wood glue on from there to there. How about that? Just put this on first and then lay the paper on top of it and see how that works. Alright, let's let that soak for a little bit. So I'm going to try just drop this on there. And see if I can follow that around. Wow, look at that. Okay, now that's seems to have just gone in place very easy. Alright, so now that's up to there. I'm going to take another piece. Right down to the glue. Let's see if that's going to work. Now here's my somewhat ugly looking speaker repair. It's glued it all together. So I'm just going to mask this area. I'm going to spray this with some, I've got some leftover paint from something. So I decided to spray this. It's looking actually pretty good. Now that the speaker cone is repaired, and I did some testing with the amp, I found that this part is actually separated from the metal. I'm going to use some Gorilla Glue, and I'm going to put a piece of wood and just clamp this down. Changed my mind about how I'm clamping this. I'm going to put this on here like this with a piece of plywood. Hopefully the glue doesn't expand and get onto the plywood and stick it to the speaker. That would be kind of a mess, but I'm going to try and clamp this down too. Need to find another clamp. This is how it turned out, and at the time of posting I didn't have chance to edit my other videos that show the other things that I did, including the Tolex and putting the speaker cover. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit that like if you like this, and stay tuned for some more videos where I show you how good this speaker sounds now that it's been fixed. Take care, see you soon.